You are waking on a dying planet. You starve for most of your life because the resources aren't enough to serve everyone, and when you offer a solution, eliminating half of all life so that the resources can sustain the other half, you get laughed at and ostracized from society. You are labeled a madman, and just as you predicted, your planet becomes a desolate wasteland. Your species goes extinct, your home, your culture, your family, everything you know eradicated by the very thing you knew you could prevent. So you build an army and you go around helping other planets, preventing them from ending up like your own. You are saving countless lives across the universe. The children born to those planets you visit now know nothing but full bellies and clear skies. You're creating a paradise. But people only see you as this mass murdering genocidal maniac who commits unspeakable atrocities for his own amusement. Yet, you persist. You don't let this get you down because you know that the malicious, inaccurate, subjective interpretations of your actions is but a small price to pay for salvation. But there has to be a more efficient way of doing this. So, you come up with your idea to complete your mission with a snap of a finger. With all 6 elemental crystals that were forged at the birth of your virgin universe assembled onto a gauntlet, you would wield the power of the universe in the palm of your hands, and with the snap of your fingers, you'd eradicate half of all life. At random, dispassionate, fair to the rich and poor alike, and then you'd watch the sunrise on a grateful universe. So, you set out on your mission to acquire the Infinity Stones. They are very powerful and therefore highly valued, so getting all of them would prove to be a bit difficult and you can't do it all on your own. This leads you to acquire loyal acolytes to help you get the stones in exchange for the fulfillment of their deepest desires. The first is Loki, son of Odin. You hand him the Mind Stone and promise to make him ruler of planet Earth if he acquires the Space Stone for you. But he gets defeated by the Avengers, he wastes your armed resources, he gets one of your motherships blown up and loses the one Infinity Stone you had already acquired. An unfortunate setback, but you must carry on. Your next acolyte is Ronin, the Accuser. You promise to help him eradicate his ancestral enemies, the Xandarians, in exchange for the Power Stone. To prevent a repeat of what happened with Loki, you team him up with your favorite adopted daughter Gamora, the fiercest woman in the galaxy, and your other daughter Nebula, who is also there, I guess. But Gamora ends up betraying you and forming a team with other like-minded individuals who go on to defeat Ronin, another fallen acolyte. After getting tired of constantly being disappointed, you decide to take matters into your own hands. You force Tyrion Lannister to forge you a gauntlet that could harness the power of the stones. You decimate the Xandarians and retrieve the Power Stone that Ronin failed to acquire. You ambush the Asgardians and defeat the Hulk, the strongest Avenger in hand-to-hand combat. You retrieve the Space Stone from Loki, becoming the first being to ever wield not one but 2 Infinity Stones. When the trickster god attempts to deceive you, you murder him in front of his brother Thor and send your lieutenants to Earth to acquire the Time and Mind Stones. You go off to nowhere to get the Reality Stone from the Collector. Your daughter and her team shows up to stop you, so you traumatize her boyfriend and kidnap her, taking her back to your ship, where you have to listen to your favorite daughter, who you spent years raising as a child, openly resent you and be ungrateful for the life you gave her. You have to listen to her lie to you about the location of the Soul Stone and indirectly torture her by making her watch you directly torture her sister. She takes you to Vormir, the location of the Soul Stone, where you have to kill her to acquire the stone. You shed tears for her, but you don't have time to mourn. You must journey back to your home planet to meet your favorite lieutenants, Ebony Maw, and get the other 2 stones. Instead, you meet the Avengers and your daughter's friends, the Guardians of the Galaxy, who inform you that the Maw is dead, another one of your loved ones. Gone. The day extracts a heavy toll, but you must persist. After a long and tiring battle, you defeat all 7 combined members of both the Avengers and the Guardians. You acquire the Time Stone and head back to Earth for the final stone. You defeat the remaining Avengers, Scarlet Witch ends up destroying the Mind Stone before you can get it, essentially killing the man she loves to stop you from completing your mission. You share a moment of empathy with her and she rejects the assertion that you could ever understand how she feels. Today, you've lost more than she can ever know, but now is no time to mourn. Now is no time at all. So, you reverse time, bring Vision back to life in front of her and kill him all over again after you get the Mind Stone. Finally, the gauntlet is complete. You have procured all 6 Infinity Stones and it's time to snap. But, you remember that really powerful godlike being whose loved one you killed right in front of them.
You took everything from me.
I don't even know who you are.
You will.
Nah, not her. That comes later. Yeah, him? He went on a bit of a side quest, got himself a shiny new weapon from the same place you got yours actually, so now he has the power to rival your gauntlet and he axes you in the chest. He plunges his weapon deeper into your chest cavity as he echoes the words he said to you on his ship right after you killed his best friend and his brother.
to die for that. I told you. You'd die for that.
It looks like it might be over, but luckily for you, he's too blinded by vengeance and rage to focus on his mission. So, you drop one of the hardest lines in cinema history that's gonna haunt him for years to come.
You should have gone for the head.
And you snap your fingers, finally fulfilling your destiny. Immediately, you are transported to an ethereal realm within the Soul Stone where you are confronted by the soul of your daughter. You are saddened by what you've lost, but firm in your resolution that it was absolutely necessary. You return to your now damaged body. On top of having a fucking axe in your chest, the gauntlet has been fused to your hand and your entire lateral left side has taken severe damage. Apparently, the energy required to balance the universe took a lot more than you had anticipated. You teleport back to your retirement planet. You heal your wounds, but your body is not the same. Every step you take is a painful reminder of all you've lost, but it doesn't matter because the work is done. It always will be. So, you sit, rest, and watch the sun rise on a grateful universe. Over the next few weeks, you remain in solitude. You save the universe, but now you have no one to spend the rest of your life with. All your loved ones are dead, and no living being wants to be with the person who killed half of all life in the universe. You've made peace with this, but you realize that it's only a matter of time until someone tries to undo what you've done. So, you summon all the strength left in your already weakened body and you decide to use the stones to destroy the stones. With your body still recovering from the first snap, you don't know if you're going to be able to survive the second one, but it must be done. So, you snap your fingers once more and you take on even more physiological damage. It nearly kills you, but this time, there is no time stone to reverse the effects. You're stuck like this now. Forever. You continue to enjoy what little you have left of what is surely a severely shortened lifespan. Then a few days later, your daughter leads the Avengers to your sanctuary. Under the false presupposition that you are still as dangerous as you once were, they immediately tackle you to the ground and slice your arm off. You're in pain, but it's nothing you haven't felt before, so you groan for a bit and soldier on. They find out the stones are missing and you explain what you did. The universe needed correcting and you were the only one who knew it, or at least you were the only one with the will to act on it, and you did. You are inevitable. They believe you are lying about the location of the stones, but your daughter vouches for your good name. She says you are many things, but a liar is not one of them. After so many weeks of loneliness, your heart fills with joy at the thought of your daughter standing up for you in front of her friends. You thank her and share a solemn moment with her. In that same moment, those words you said to Thor so many weeks ago begin to ring loudly in his head. Then, almost as a reflective traumatic response, he goes for your head and instantly beheads you. Your life is over. Your daughter walks up to your decapitated head, shuts your eyes and shares a moment of silence in your name. This is the end of your story. That is, until the Avengers travel back 4 years into the past. You're alive again, but you're much younger, so you're a lot more bloodthirsty and ruthless than you normally are. And for you, that's saying a lot. Through some inconsistent hive mind bullshit sci-fi mechanics, you find out that your daughter from the future eventually betrays you and is now working with your enemies to stop you from completing your holy mission by assembling their own gauntlets. You learn everything about the future through her memory files and swap your future daughter with her current self so she can help you travel to the future and complete your mission. After wrecking the Avengers base and realizing the flaw within your original plan, you formulate a new one. You're going to shred this universe down to its last atom, and with the stones they've collected for you, create a new one, teeming with life, that knows not what it has lost but only what it has been given. A grateful universe. The Avengers clearly don't like this, so you get 3v1'd by their leaders. You manage to defeat all of them, even though that should have been very unlikely, but sure. A huge battle breaks out, and in the middle of it, some strange woman who you've never met and is clearly very angry at you for some reason, confronts you and actually starts kicking your ass. After raining fire on the entire battlefield, you manage to fend her off and the gauntlet becomes visible. You reach for it, but desperate to prevent you from redoing what your future self already did, the Avengers dogpile you. You manage to fight them off and get the glove on. This is it. It's time to snap. You almost do it, but then this overpowered feminist stops you. You try to beat her off, but you can't. She seems to be a lot stronger than the other Avengers and she's trying to break your fingers. In an ingenious moment of simultaneous desperation and tactical efficiency, you pull out the Power Stone and punch her with it, blowing her away. One of the Avengers spots you and tries to grab the gauntlet, but you manage to beat him off as well. The moment is finally here. You secure the gauntlet to your hand. You recall the phrase your future self spoke in his moment of assured victory and you echo the same words.
I am inevitable.
You snap, but nothing happens. You look to your glove and find all the stones to be missing. You look over to the Avenger you last interacted with. He's kneeling with the stones assembled on his hand. He says a variation of your line that sounds a lot cooler for some reason. He snaps and you know it's all over. You look around as your entire army starts turning to dust, knowing fully well you're about to die. You take a seat so you can comfortably take your last breath, and in an instant, you're gone. Not killed, not injured, not lost, but completely erased from reality. No resurrections this time. Subscribe to my Patreon for Weko's Echo. That's my Patreon exclusive weekly podcast where I review movies, answer your questions, and react to Reddit stories. Well, this was fun. Subscribe to the Patreon, link in the description, and I will see you guys in the next analysis.